Hi friends, in today's lecture we will study how to construct a hotel management system. So here you can see that I have certain fields like serial number, customer name, ID number, check-in date, check-out date, number of days stayed, advance, single room type, room charges, food charges, room tax, food tax, percentage, discount, and the total payable. Let me show you with the help of an example. Let's assume that the customer name is Sam Parolekar and he comes to the hotel on 1st July 2023. He leaves the hotel on 3rd July 2023. So the system will calculate that he has stayed for a total of 2 days. Now if he gives some advance, that amount would be entered over here. The type of room which he selects, supposing he selects deluxe. So accordingly, the room charges gets populated over here. If he orders some food, so the food charges would be entered over here. The room tax gets calculated automatically. The food tax also gets calculated automatically. And then comes the discount column. So supposing he gets a discount of 10%. So basis the discount, the amount gets calculated and his total payable gets calculated. So what is the formula for total payable? The formula for total payable is the room charges multiplied by total number of days he has stayed plus the food charges plus the room tax plus the food tax minus the amount which he has paid as advance minus the discount which he has paid, and that gives us the net payment. So let us see how to make this hotel management system. So in order to save the time, what we'll do is we'll copy this entire sheet into a new sheet. So over here, and over here I will delete all the data, starting from, let's say, over here. And now I'll show you how the data has to be calculated. So these are like serial numbers. This is the names of the customer, ID number, check-in date, and the checkout date. Now for number of days stayed, over here you have to give a formula equal to checkout date minus the check-in date and hit enter. And then just drag the formula down, so it will tell you how many number of days he has stayed. Now for advance, you can enter any amount for advance. So it could be 1000, it could be 500, it could be 1500, it could be 0, 0, 1200, 1500, 0, 0, 1000, 0. So these are just the advance amount. Now for the room type, I want a drop down over here. So you can see that I have made one separate sheet called as validation data, in which I have the room types double, single, deluxe or semi-deluxe, and their charges are also mentioned over here. So in order to create a drop down list, I select the column, then I click on data, and then I click on data validation. I will clear the old values and let me show you from beginning. So here I will say allow list, and for the source I'll click into my validation data and I'll highlight the room types. Remember, only the contents, not the heading, and then select OK. So now you can see that I can select the type of room with the help of a drop down like this. So let me quickly enter some values like single, double, deluxe or semi-deluxe. Okay, now for the room charges, basis the room type selected, the room charges should get calculated automatically. In order to do that, we'll use a VLOOKUP function. So we'll type equal to VLOOKUP open parenthesis, what value to look up, this value, comma, where do you want to look for the value. So click on validation data and highlight this entire range of data. Ensure that you press F4 so that value gets locked, comma, from which column you want to pick the data. So I want to pick the data from the second column, so I type 2 and I type 0 for an exact match and I close parenthesis and I hit enter. Now I can drag the formula down. So depending on the room type, the room charges gets computed automatically. Now the food charges could be anything which the person has eaten. So it could be 1000, it could be 800, it could be 500, it could be 0. So any random amount I'm entering over here. These are his food expenses. Then comes the room tax. Now the room tax gets calculated basis the amount or the percentage specified over here. So in order to do that, we'll type over here equal to the room charges multiplied by the room tax and hit enter. And then I just copy the formula down. But before doing that, ensure that this percentage amount you lock it by pressing F4 and then you drag the formula down. Same way, the food tax, you give a formula equal to food charges multiplied by food tax, lock that food tax, hit enter and drag that formula down. Finally, for the percentage, again I need a drop down. So I select this column and then I click on data, click on validation. In validation, I clear the old values and I select I want a new list, and the source for that list, I click on the validation data, and these are the different discount types. And then I select OK. So now the user can select whether he gets a 5% discount or a 0 discount. So whatever is the discount amount that we'll select from here. And finally, I want to calculate the discount. So the discount would be on his room charges. So I will say equal to room charges multiplied by the discount amount and the hit amount. Then drag the formula down. Then calculate the total payable. So the total payable would be equal to room charges multiplied by number of days stayed. From that you will subtract the advance amount. Then you will add the food charges. Then you will add the room tax. Then you will add the food tax. And finally you will subtract the discount amount. and you will hit enter and you will drag the formula down. Finally, you will select the entire data, click on home, and from here you select all borders and select thick outside, and your hotel management system is ready. So friends, hope you have learned something new in this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, goodbye.